Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. New ideas with a sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Grand rising, people. Oh man, it's a beautiful day today, isn't it? How's everybody's weekend? I hope it was fine, fun, and fabulous. Like mine were. Yesterday was a very beautiful day. It was indeed. Woo! Welcome to the Morning Mac Show. This is the place where the good vibes grow. Baby, let me tell you. Hold up, I'm getting a little feedback. Hold on, let me see. Does that help? Okay, I think that helped. I think I had my little speaker on the phone. You know, I'll be on the phone doing stuff and talking to y'all all at the same time. All righty. Hey, Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. Bam! Get this book. Get this book. It's a good book. It's a good read. I'm telling you. And something else we got good going along with the book. It's my boy, my man, Molly Moss T Moss. Look, I done put out commercials. I done tell everybody how good his product is. It's on Facebook, TikTok, DM him. DM him. That's right. So you can get your daily dose, get the Morning Mac show, and get your sea moss growing and getting it into your body so it can infiltrate all of the bad allergies and all your bad immune system and your weak immune system. You feeling run down and your cognitive skills. Look, I can't say no more about the boy product. He's a grown man, but the boy, you know how you say, that's my boy. Like, boy, yeah, boy. Like Flavor Flav. I'm saying that about this product. It's good for you. And it's personally been beneficial for me. So, Molly Moss, Sea Moss, Shades of Blue, limited time. If you get both, 15% discount. How about that? Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look, hit your folks up. Go on and DM him. Click the link below. DM me so you can get your daily dose and your cop. The Shades of Blue by Air Morning. Y'all can see it when I bring it up close. But, because I got the little green screen working, little funky green screen in the backyard, But we working on that. You can't see it as good as it's clear. But that's how it is. Woo! All right. Grand Rising Molly, Grand Rising Trey. What it be like? What it do, y'all?
Shit, what's up? What it do?
What it do? The allergies is kicking my butt. But guess what I know? My mother had dinner at brunch at her house yesterday, and I noticed 2 more of my family members have styes on their eyes, and they were saying it's from their allergies and stuff. And I was like, wow. So a lot of people I'm seeing with these, we call them stars, the little stars on their eye. It's for when they said the little pores in your eyes get clogged up and backed up, and it's causing from the allergies. That, like when people eyes start watering and that oil start to getting backed up and stuff, little stuff. I mean, you can get that from different reasons, but I'm noticing that a lot of people, because I thought my eye was hurting, for different issues. I thought I was developing one, but it could very well be because your allergies and your eyes start leaking and the pores get clogged up back there, y'all. So y'all take care. I'm saying this to say, allergy season is among us, so we need to take stuff for our body, natural, healthy stuff, to help prevent or to help us fight.
What's up, Mr. John?
All of these allergies and everything that's floating and everything all in the air and all the pollen and stuff, especially on a good, hot, sunny day, like beautiful day like yesterday, after you get past all the rain. And today, starting off with a beautiful day. And they're saying that later on this evening, we're going to have cloud storms coming in again. I'm like, oh, wow. But enjoy the weather while you can.
What's up, Mr. John?
Enjoy the sun while you got it. Good morning, everybody. Grand Rising, everybody. I see 6 people popping in. Starting out already. Monday Madness. Boom. So what y'all do? Anything exciting over the weekend?
No, not really. I need a different introduction from you because you be asking me sometimes what I did over the weekend, and if I say nothing much, it just sounds dry. I need you to ask it different ways sometimes or whatever, because I feel like I always got the same answer. But
okay,
it was all right, But nothing that I need to do that was like urgent or not that I needed to get out of the way. I mean, I enjoy myself or enjoy my weekend.
Okay. Okay, and the flowers popping. I can't wait to the tomatoes get right for the picking because I'm waiting to make some salsa. Because I'm definitely going to hit you up on some tomatoes and make the salsa.
Okay. Ain't
some fresh little salsa.
Ain't no
I'm going to get my jalapenos and my stuff that I put in my salsa, my fresh garlic and my herbs and my salsa. I can't wait. Because I know it tastes, when you make fresh salsa at home, it tastes so much better than when you buy it out the store. Even if you buy it out of Giant, I shop at Giants, even if you get it out of Nature's Own, where they say they chop it up and stuff, they still have to add something to that to make that stuff preserve or last long. But when you make it like fresh cucumbers and fresh tomatoes and fresh the cilantro, the freshness, just like with fresh guacamole, you can really taste the
Thank you,
difference
John.
in your food, and it tastes like real food.
Like real
So
food, yeah.
I mean, all of it tastes food, but I noticed like sometimes like I've been buying tomatoes. I stopped buying tomatoes out of Giant because it tastes like water. If you know what I mean, it don't have the tomato taste.
Taste to it, yeah.
I don't know if it's the type of tomato I get, but we just get the nice firm sandwich tomato. They don't taste like
It's just the
tomatoes
process is
anymore.
messed with. Like the process is just the process to getting into the stores and the shelves and looking the way it looks is just a process that they skip or change little aspects of it. That's why. So it don't have a chance to grow the same, really. Because the
See,
production speed, how fast stuff has to get out. So, you know.
I noticed that especially with bananas, like the bananas could be all yellow, and then the stem of it is green. And somebody told me it's like that greenhouse effects or whatever they do to try to ripen the banana, but it doesn't be right. It's still green.
You can slow up the process by putting some saran wrap or something around the end part of the banana. So the part that groups all the bananas together, if you expose that, if you cover it up instead of it being exposed to oxygen, that'll help like give it more like longer shelf life. But for instance, if you're not living somewhere, for instance, like where you can cut it off the tree or whatever, you're not gonna get the same time lapse on the fruit and stuff because they gotta ship it to you, they gotta store it, pick it stuff early, so that it's so stuff gets cut off and they don't get everything in it that it's supposed to get anymore because it needs to, by the time it gets to you, it need to be right on point so you can want to actually pick it off the shelf.
And
So
that's messes with the taste of a lot of stuff. Wow. That food ain't food no more. I wasn't tripping. They was like, the food ain't food. Why your ass as big as it is? And it's because of the food ain't food no more. These hormones that they shoot up into the food make even though you're not eating bad or whatever, it still make you expand. The hormones make you grow and stuff. So that is got a lot to do with that. So my hats go off. I'm talking to more and more people, and more people are moving towards more of a plant-based lifestyle. They're cutting out the consumption of plant. If they used to eat plant consumption of meat. What I mean by saying if they used to eat meat 7 days a week, I see some people now cutting it back to maybe 4 days a week. They're gradually cutting the toxicity out of their diet, which for a lot of people come from a lot of nitrates and stuff that meat is carrying. This ain't no Wellness Wednesday, but it is Monday Madness. And I'm mad because I'm trying to lose weight and because the food that I'm eating is still making me fat. No matter if you do eat healthy, if you do eat right, because the way they treat these foods with the chemicals and stuff, it's like you win and you fighting almost a losing battle. That's why you got to fight even harder to try to stay clear and free of a lot of preservatives. And preservatives is in just about everything we consume. And you got to, my son told me this just the other day. We was over my mother's for brunch, okay? And the spread was phenomenal. Do you know how much stuff that I did not eat? I was just sitting there and they was tearing it up. Because they didn't, first of all, there wasn't no chicken on the menu. They had everything but chicken. I said, oh, they know I'm a chicken girl. They even had salmon cakes and stuff. They had everything but chicken. And I was just like, But my potatoes was on point. It was good. And my fruit was on point. But now eating is like a chore. It has become a chore nowadays because you got to think about everything that you're eating. And you got to think about, hey, why am I eating this? Do I really need this or versus do I don't? And then the foods that you're addicted to, like I am addicted to certain foods like chips, potato chips. And that's one of the worst things you can eat is potato chips because they take the plant, which is good, and defile it with the oil that they cook it and the way they process it.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with that. I'm trying to cut back my consumption of that. Molly, what was you going to say?
Say about what?
Oh, I
She
thought
heard
you were
she
saying
heard the
something.
mic pick up and thought you was about to say something.
Oh, that's what
I
that was.
was
Oh,
saying,
okay.
mm-mm. It don't bother me. A lot of people don't even know it's like 80 tomatoes, you know. So when they see one, they think it's 80 different types. There's so many
Mhm.
different types of everything. I found that out just by picking lemons, making these drinks. I'm like, shit, I ain't know these many different types of lemon. And some of them taste different. Some of them sour taste. Some of them got a sweeter taste. Some of them don't even sweet at all. So it's the same thing, but mostly every vegetable out here, depending on where it grow, it might grow a little different, be a little sweeter. But
Mhm.
they don't really get up to me. I'm just mind boggled on how China somehow exposed some shit that people should have known for the last 50 years. You know, China done went viral because they exposing all the luxury brands and they putting it out there that
Yeah,
we make the
cheap ass
Fendi's,
shit.
Gucci bags and shit, and that shit costs us $10 to make it. Y'all dumb Americans buying it for 8,000, 50,000, and it ain't really made in Italy. All them bags y'all think made in Italy and all these other places, the clothes, it go to China first, then we put a stamp on it, then we send it back. And China exposing it, you know. So a lot of these big companies, they mad right now because people refusing to buy these high luxury clothes now. And
Yeah,
some people just feel like they woke. Oh, we didn't know, but I'm just like, why is this news? And that let me know that a lot of people mind really been blind and they
yeah,
ears been closed to a lot of stuff that been said over the 20, 30, 50 years. We've been on it saying how cheap it is to make an iPhone and how much
yeah.
they selling it for. But now it's news. It's all over the news. China exposing something that should have been exposed and everybody should have known. So that's what my Monday man has been about. Just mad
Well,
that people
you was
just waking up.
crazy. You was crazy if you
What?
said that shit like 4 or 5 years ago. Like you was crazy. If you was dumb as shit, you was crazy and jealous and all of that stuff. If you said any of these things like 5 years ago
Yeah.
about people buying expensive shit for no reason that got no value to it and
Mm,
like
mm, mm.
so yeah, Americans swear they just so luxurious and everything. Y'all really just getting like dick.
Play.
Oh, well, play. That's cool too. That worked. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
we can
old
use that
school.
one. We can use that one, but yeah. So, yeah, so that's right. That's
So,
right.
so when it comes to when you said iPhone, the electronics, like these 13, 14, 50, some $1,600 iPhones, and they could make it for how much you say you get, Molly?
Like $10, $20. It don't
10,
cost them
$20.
much to make it, but they mostly going on the clothing brands like Fendi, Gucci, all these expensive
Wait a minute.
clothes.
Gucci, they just made a movie not too long ago, The House of Gucci, how Gucci supposed to came all of that. And Gucci comes from China?
Mostly 80% of all the luxury stuff that costs all this expensive money comes from
Mm.
China. And they use China. They get it made over there, then stamp their stuff on there and charge us 100 times more. You know, that's what all this inflation and everything about. You know, so now they know that if somehow these manufacturers got to get put in America, and you want them to make them same clothes, it's gonna cost them 10 times more. They will have to pay people more to make these clothes and to put this product, and they won't make no money, not as much money as they want to make or been making. So that's what all this about. You know, it's just crazy that China's starting to expose things so they can have a little leverage on their end. They like,
Yeah,
okay, and
it
it's
makes sense
working. I
though.
like.
I like it.
What up, AQ?
I like it. What's up, AQ? Yeah, I like it. Don't let nobody play in your face talking about some tariffs. And this has really been the game that we all secretly been playing as elites anyway. And you really want to be like, you know, nah.
Mm.
That's why this is inflated. That's why when we was having a conversation and I think that was in a group chat though with Destiny and we was talking about like you know, everything being well, she was talking about everything being crazy inflated and expensive and everything. But I was like, well, you know, that's what price gouging is anyway. You don't know when or why anything is the way it is. You just going off what they tell you. You don't know that this big impactful situation happened and that's why everything's so costly or you don't know that. As much as everybody says they want to know, you really don't know nothing. And you just
Yeah.
told, this is why everything's skyrocketing. And you can still gonna buy it. Motherfuckers complain, oh, I can't buy eggs. Stop buying it then. It's so
They
expensive.
all
Stop buying it for a minute. You'll be all right. But we're not gonna, people generally not gonna do that. So,
Yeah.
but everything always been like that, super inflated, and we really get over here and think that we, you know, super
Nigga.
cool and all that, and want to
They
buy.
banging into the bricks.
Yeah, so it's
But
unfortunate.
they think they banging into the bricks when they really banging the bricks into us. Like boom, boom, knocking it down. That's why the American dollar only go but so far nowadays. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I open it for those people that's into high-end fashion and design and all of that stuff, celebrities. You're right. The people that's going to afford is going to afford it. Hey, what was up with that Rocket Origin Space Explorer? I don't even know if they going to. It looked like they just went up and came back down. That's what it looked like to me.
Thank you, brother.
And I just wanted to know what was the premises or purpose about doing that. It's like going to an amusement park and getting on a ride to take you up and come back down. It lasted all of 11 minutes.
What are you
And
referring to? Because you said you didn't say anything. Are you talking about SpaceX? Are you talking about the tours? What are you talking about?
no, the Origin, Blue Horizon,
Yeah, they had the
this
little
morning,
Blue Horizon joint.
they went up. It was all female flight.
Yeah.
They're calling them astronauts, but
okay.
it looks like an amusement. Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, Gayle King, Katy Perry,
Exactly.
and some
Oh
more.
nah.
Exactly.
Oh no,
acting.
you already
And if
said
y'all
enough.
still
You
believe
said
they flying
you
to
already
rock
said Gail
space
King and shit.
with this
Oh no,
random actress now,
that
then
should
y'all
that
definitely
should be enough to
check up.
know. See, and you said enough without me having even asked for anything else. Now I'm like, oh okay,
I was
because
waiting for the
you
names to come out.
yeah.
Look, I was just wondering, and then the scientists, and they had a clothing designer, and Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, and they said that she designed the new uniforms. So I'm saying, what purpose did that serve?
This is a game.
Was it just like an
This is a
amusement
game.
park ride?
This is a game.
Uh,
This is a big game.
I don't know, until China break down the video how all that shit fake. I don't think nobody gonna believe me.
I just really,
And
it's really starting to turn to I'm just gonna have to start sending in videos every day to just keep, debunking everything y'all think y'all know, because it just it's shameful to me actually, and people probably believe, oh wow, Gayle King and all of them, and probably really believe that.
like, y'all never get mad when people play with your intelligence, like talk to you like you dumb, like play with you just like you stupid. Like you give them $20 and you spend 15, they give you $3 back and try to talk you into how it's don't supposed to be fair. And you like,
Yeah.
stop playing. That's
Stop
how I
playing with me
feel
before I
when I see
kirk off in
these
this bitch.
videos and these rockets for years. When I see these space videos, because
What's
I'm
up,
into
child?
video, and it's just like I see how they do these videos.
I
and
didn't
stuff
know it
now.
was Japan.
But a lot of people literally believe these things. They just be like, damn, y'all don't feel like they playing with you. Now they got Gayle King and all these actresses.
The one that
flying
interview R.
in
Kelly and
rockets.
shit.
You know how scared they would be? They already scared to go on a fucking roller coaster. That's what people don't be forgetting. These people are scared to go on Six Flags rides, but they would get on a rocket, fly all the way into space, and then gotta somehow get back. Like, come on, man. And people believe
just
that
went up and came down.
I don't
Because
care they went up and down and travel around. That's just not happening. If you believe that, then that let me know like we need to part
So
ways.
what
I need to really
facility
start
did they
part
say they were
ways
supposed to have done
from
this
them
at?
type
Was
of
it
leaders.
publicly
at the
reported?
Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos facility,
Bezos.
Blue Origin.
Where is that located?
Jeff Bezos, Amazon guy.
These people
It
weird.
must be somewhere near the desert, because when the rocket came back down, it came back down in the desert. I don't want to misquote. Is it Mojave? Or because when I saw it, I was like, look at this here. Look at it. Look. That's
So you
how
don't
I
know
was
what
like,
state?
look at it.
You don't know what state
I
his
want to
site
say
is?
Arizona or something.
Oh, okay.
Someplace like that. And this trip lasts all of 11 minutes. 11 minutes, because they said they was going 2,000 miles per hour and per minute or whatever they said.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow.
So
That's amazing.
and it's on a rocket, you said?
It was on the Rocky. Yes, it was like it was
what
several
the fuck
people.
is wrong?
Like I
Oh my
said, Joe
God.
King,
This does not
Katy
make
Perry.
sense,
They had a
and this is really
scientist,
like
Dog.
Jeff
like a thing
Bezos'
people believe.
girlfriend,
But
and
that's how dumb they think we are. Well,
People
that's how
really be
dumb they
like,
know we are now. It ain't that
yeah,
they think. They know we this dumb. They've been able to trick us for
wow,
100 of
but
years. And I say we as us as a whole, all of us don't believe it. But as a whole, as humanity, we do. And it's
but
just like they
yeah,
can literally stage dumb shit like that. They don't even use people we don't know like they used to. They used to use
yeah,
actors
now,
and
yeah, because now
we
you,
don't know. But now they're using superstars. It's no different than Trump being in office. He was already a star before he went for president. It's big
yeah,
presidents that was actors. A lot of these people are actors and
well,
they get in position. They get in the wrong position though. Stay away from science. Why y'all got these girls over there? Could they be the first Philippine and the first Japanese, the first this? This was all about. That's all they keep preaching. This was the first woman from this country, the first woman from this nationality. Like, no, man, why you hear that shit, man?
well,
This shit was not real.
I don't
Monday
know
Madness.
why did it why okay. I did do research and found out that if you put a $150,000 deposit on your ride, it costs different amounts.
did you research
Okay,
it or did you like just look it up? Because that's two different things.
It don't matter. Let's see what you hear, Reese.
All right.
so let's say what AI. Y'all want to hear what AI has to say about it?
Nah, whatever
Nah,
you read,
nah.
I'd rather hear your info.
You put 150 different price for different folks. Okay, different dollar prices. If you put $150,000 deposit, which is completely refundable, okay, $150,000, it
Okay.
can go up to as much as 300,000 to $1 million. They recently did an auction where they was auctioning off flights, and the auctioneer, they said they wanted up to $26 million. Why? Okay, to take a ride into outer space. My point is,
Wow.
as
This is
they're
so
saying
crazy.
that people are losing their jobs. They're saying that we're in economical distress. They're saying they're imposing all of these tariffs and taxes and everything. And people we need so much stuff that needs to be done here. Why aren't we cultivating that money and putting it back into the people instead of
Yeah,
exploring?
why aren't they? Shit. The
You're
fuck? I
right,
don't have no
right, right.
control over
But
shit. Why aren't they?
you know what I'm saying? As much of a need, and they're talking about cutting education, healthcare, all of that stuff. But these are billionaires that have millions of $1 trillion to throw in the air, because literally that's all you're doing. You throwing money up in the air, and it stay there, and it stay there, up, down.
They're showing you how they shit in your mouth.
There's so
That's
many
literally what
places
it is.
here on Earth that has not been explored, but you're paying goo gobs amounts of money just to take a carnival ride, just take an amusement park ride. You're not all of 11 minutes. They said that's how long it took from ascend to descend. All of 11 minutes. The rocket thrusters, they went up. They cut the rockets off, and then they took parachutes and floated back down.
What?
Y'all gotta see it's on the news. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking, I'm like, what was the purpose of this?
I ain't watched
I mean, not to throw no shade on Gail, Katy Perry. You can do whatever you want to do, ladies. But and the scientists and the doctors. But what was the purpose of it at this particular point in time of April the 14th? What was the mission to just go up and come down?
Sell space. It's to sell, promote what they've been promoting, that space is real. That you can actually fly to Mars. You can fly to all these.
Oh, they didn't say nothing about interstellar
no, they ain't got
traveling.
to. That just makes.
Did you say
more
something
real.
about parachute? I was trying to grab the phone so quick I pressed the wrong button. You said something about parachuting down?
Yeah, like once they cut the engines and stuff, and when they descend, it was the parachutes that kept them from crashing down. They settled. They landed in the desert.
Parachutes
All
on
of
the
these
on the parachutes on
Into
the
the ocean.
craft.
on the capsule. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, because the capsule break loose. You know, the engine thrusters and stuff break loose from the capsule.
It's
So they
amazing.
got the ladies in the capsule, and then on the descent, I don't even think they experience true outer space because 11
You know what
minutes.
G-Force is?
Yeah, cartoon.
No, it's not.
It
It might be named one, but do you know what G-Force is?
No, other than the cartoon
Yeah.
and the movie.
So G-Force takes years of training to be able to withstand G-Force.
That's what I thought. You have to be a certain type of shape and everything.
But you don't even you have to understand G-Force. You got to look up G-Force. Not right now, but if you don't know about G-Force, then because Gayle King and whoever the hell,
Katy Perry,
Katie,
and
wow,
Jeff Bezos' girlfriend.
wow, and Jeff
And
Bezos.
she's a
Okay,
designer too. And
this is kind of idiotic to me. I think
If
this
I
is
told y'all,
I'm
if I
trying to.
told y'all nothing about what happened, I just told y'all the people who was gonna be on screen. I told y'all Katie and Gail and Jace Bezos. Y'all have thought I was talking about a movie. If I'd have named all them people and told you they gonna be on TV this morning, y'all have thought it was a TV show, a movie, or something. Y'all have never thought they was fucking getting in a rocket, flying to space. They never got video of them descending back to Earth. They always got them when they coming out the parachute type falling. No, let us see when they come back into Earth's atmosphere.
Yep.
Let's see that shit. They never got video of that because
Nope.
G-force, or gravitational force equivalent, is a unit of measurement for
they say that shit
acceleration.
will kill you if you're not trained to handle it.
Sea level, which is approximately
It will kill you if you train.
I'm looking it up on the live.
They
You supposed to already know.
You see how astronauts train? That's why they always in the ocean.
Right.
Train the water. Because that's what
okay.
all y'all
Don't look up G-Force now.
No, I don't know what G-Force is.
And that's the biggest problem in the world.
That's the science part of.
And that's the biggest problem in the world. Is G-Force is all a part of every. Yep. That's the biggest problem that you don't know that. Because you would know Gayle King and Katy Perry, and nobody could have possibly went if you knew what G-Force was.
That ain't no big problem. That's the scientific explanation about your body.
The problem is not knowing and believing something like Katy Perry.
The problem of the story I'm trying to explain is I'm not even thinking about the scientific. I'm thinking of logically looking at why are these women going up in space.
You're not logically thinking because you believe it.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Why is that such big news, and why are they even doing it? It's an amusement park ride. Say, hey, I'm listening at the new amusement park ride. But for them to say there's no scientific exploration, there's no reason or rhyme, no reason behind that. They just wanted to go on a ride. But they spend. My point is that they're making it seem like that we're groundbreaking discovery. We did something. Or they did something rather.
So they about to come out with something. It's obvious that people can pay to ride around space for a day or two or however many hours, and they're gonna pay an arm and a leg.
It was 11 minutes.
And it's gonna probably be like over Earth's orbit, not too far, but to a point that you feel like you out of space. And they can sell it to people so they can see. Hey, people willing to pay for this shit, and we act like people really going up there. People feel more comfortable going up there. I'm pretty sure the first person that got on a commercial air flight was not comfortable, and it wasn't comfortable. Other people saying that shit, they probably like, I ain't flying it. But when they start saying celebrities flying from A to B, and I want to get on a plane like such and such. I want a private jet like James Brown. Now people more comfortable to doing it. There's no difference in a commercial at McDonald's. They showing you a commercial of space so you can believe in it. They show you commercial McDonald's so you can believe the food is good and it's good for you. We want to see you smile. They don't want to see you smile. That's just advertisement. That's all it is, advertising space. So anytime they want to sell you space, you'll believe it. They're just another commercial that anybody can go. Not just anybody, like literally jail can go. Jail, like we can get anybody up there. We got the technology that we can send you and your baby and your whole family there for 2 days. You will love it. Just give us $500,000 and people will pay for it. You don't know where the hell you at.
Right now, it's no hour tours.
Simulation.
Like
You're in a whole simulation. You don't know. And you're going to have to put on this
to
make sure. Yeah, it's crazy.
For 11 minutes. It's just 11-minute ride from ascend to descend. Take all of 11 minutes to go up and down. So I mean, and
That's
nobody said did it break the ceiling or did it, I don't know how far they're supposed to go up. Like,
well, we know it
you
don't
know,
take
and
11 minutes.
there's different levels of outer space because I know they wasn't talking about they was up near the moon. Maybe I don't know how far, maybe above the clouds, but or were they interstellar? Well, I would only they would know. Were they enough out there where everything was dark and in outer space, or did they look down at the earth? Did they see you know, I don't know what these people saw. I have not a clue. I'm not interested in going up when there's so much exploration right here that they haven't even finished on this planet. I'm not interested in going right now, not to another planet. You know, but so many people are. Remind me of that movie Don't Look Up. When the people want to escape what's coming, and everybody is saying, "Oh, there's something's coming in the near future," and all of this is going to collide, whether it's a meteor or whether it's a wormhole or black hole, whatever. And that's why they're over there in Switzerland under Geneva, 17 miles down and 17 miles long, trying to over there in CERN, trying to develop antimatter to fight this. You know, it's just so much. It's so science fiction is just like.
But you gotta look at the numbers. How much do it cost to launch a rocket? It costs $100 billion. Not 100 million. It costs 100 billion. They just threw away $100 billion for these 4 chicks or 5 chicks.
Six. I think it was 6 of them because you got the Katy Perry, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend. You have a scientist, a renowned world scientist. They said the name, and Gail King.
It don't matter the people. I'm saying that's crazy. The number that it costs to actually launch a rocket on $100 billion, and nobody ever asked, "Where's the rocket?" You know, everybody believes it. People just see them back. They be like, "So what happened to the rest of the rocket? Like, where do it go?" Like it just floating in space somewhere. Do it just fall down and hit somebody?
The answer is don't worry about it.
Where it go? You know, they don't want you to.
The answer is don't worry about it.
Why y'all never get video of them coming back into Earth's atmosphere? Why is always when they letting out a parachute and floating down? Now I want to see when that motherfucker coming through like an asteroid, like a shooting star. You know, so it just be a lot of questions they can, but it makes sense. $100 billion. We got to show these people. We already got $1 trillion from them. We got to show them that we doing something with the money.
Yeah. Too many questions start out. Yeah.
Billion.
Yeah.
Say it costs $100 billion to make. Probably don't cost them that much to make. Probably got it made in China and then shipped it over.
Right. For real though.
See, while you start stuff talking about made in China now.
Follow the money. You just gotta follow the money, man.
I don't know, but
money, history.
To believe it. I hope don't nobody on here really be going for that type of shit.
I'm pretty sure we got a few in here. They believe it.
You got Elon Musk with SpaceX, and you got Jeff Bezos with Blue Horizons. So I don't know how many other. They said that there's other companies out there too now exploring private money.
I see you believe it, Reese.
And funded money. You see, I believe what?
No, everything.
They flying up there.
Everything that is.
No, Reese don't care. I don't care. I think it's a waste of money, and my whole.
So you don't care. What's up?
My whole focus is we got so much stuff that we got to do here on this earth, on this planet here as a people. We don't need to be wasting money. They talking about cutting this, cutting that, cutting program. They are really cutting programs and monies. My thing is let's feed the hungry. Let's give a shelter to the people that ain't got no shelter. And that money is not in outer space. Like I said, it's like throwing up money in the air. Literally, how they say it, throw it up. That's what they do. They throwing it up. And my humanity sense tells me we got enough work to do down here, right here. And all that rocket fuel, chem whatever, it's enough pollution in the outer space without this bull.
Chemtrails.
It's enough without them this bull. Come on, y'all. People, I'm not talking. I'm talking about the people in the world. We got to do better.
Yeah, But they got funding for all that stuff for homeless people, feed the homeless, all that. So if I give you money, Reese, and I tell you go feed the Courage Hill residents, and you feed everybody, you good now. But you feed half the people and keep telling them you need more money, you couldn't feed everybody. I'm gonna keep feeding you money, and then by the time you feed the other half, the other people hungry again. So they
Mm.
make sure they never feed everybody. They always gonna need homeless people. They always gonna need people starving, so they can make these fake ass programs that help them, but don't really help them. Help
Yeah.
them just enough to keep getting more money to seem like they're gonna help them. This problem should have been done with. There's no way that you got billionaires. We talking about Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and all that. We got homeless people out here. That don't make sense. And they just two people off the list. It's a whole force list of 100 of these people that people we don't even know that's living life. You know, like they can buy 10 hotels and house these people for the next 100 years for nothing. It's peanuts to them, you know. So to them, they want us where we at. They need people to feel, better than, so they gonna always have homeless people out here, poor people out here, so they always feel like they better about themselves. That's how I feel. Even the middle class people, they can feel a little better, like, well, at least I ain't that bad. Well, you only 1-2 paychecks from there, but they got
Hmm.
them feeling a little better because they feel like, okay, I'm okay with what I have. I appreciate these little things while they taking everything. So I don't think they ever gonna help the homeless, the poor, none of that. It's gonna take the middle class and the lower class people to really help. The high class, they not. They just gonna keep getting money to fake help us and never help us. They gonna help us enough to just keep getting money. I don't see how people don't see that's a cycle.
I
Like
want
they
to
do.
hear the
Say what, you
Oh no, I ain't want to interrupt. I want to hear more about what we can do for ourselves. I'm just tired of hearing about rich people and their money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when was it ever a thing for them to do that? I don't know when people like get caught up in life or behind their own bills or whatever and start saying those type of things. But that's to me, those things sound so stupid to me. Like, this person should give such and such because they got, yeah, maybe they should, but do they have to? No. So I would like to hear like more conversations about what we doing, not how somebody can transfer and shuffle their money around. This I don't know. This world is kind of weird to me, but I don't want to talk about how rich people can shuffle their money around and help us. That's not the goal.
Nope.
Just like with this presidency and all this type of stuff going on politically, that's not the goal. Will never be the goal. Like,
Nope.
somebody has to be up for somebody to be down and all that, and vice versa. It's never gonna be the goal. Why we keep reaching rich people talking about something? I just wish they would shuffle some of their money just to
They
help
won't.
us on out. Why the fuck you think they would do that? What would make you think they would do that?
They
Like,
won't. They won't. And that's what makes you an evil person. At the end of the day, if any of us on here was billionaires, we would help people. So you got people out here with money that don't help people because they feel like they don't have to help people. Which they don't. It's their life. They can decide what they want. It's just like, well, who is you as a person? What would you do if you had the money? You had the
yeah,
money to really change lives out here. You was a trillionaire, damn near. What would you do? Would you be trying to go to space, or would you be trying to help people out of the spaces that they in? That's why like a couple of billionaires that's from China. It's billionaires out here that actually does things. That's why I don't get caught on the ones who ain't. I get caught on the ones who actually doing things out here. It's rich people out here that actually go around giving out money to businesses, helping people out of homelessness, getting them back on their feet. And them the people they don't talk about because they don't want to make that a movement. Because once it become popular and all the billionaires and everybody started doing it, everybody gonna want to do it. Like, look who I helped. I helped out 1,000 motherfuckers. Oh, that's it? I just helped out 10,000, and then it's gonna become a thing. I just saved 1,000,000 lives. But until
and I
then,
just helped the whole Carriage neighborhood or something. Like, Carriage
yeah,
Hill, it's gonna be a competition. I like what you're saying.
yeah, you gotta make it a comp. Chris, Gerald looked it so good. Yeah, late to see all of y'all. Yeah, it was lit. Chris, wish you could have came out. The whole fucking neighborhood was there. Bro came home after 18 and a half years. Well, a few of them. It wasn't just him. Oz, Dion, Floyd. It was a couple of them. After like 20 years, all of them home. So we had a celebration with all of them. And everybody from the neighborhood that grew up with us came out for a few hours and we turned up. But man, I'm talking about it was. I ain't seen people in like 10 years. Some of these.
Yeah,
So it was good to see everybody. It's about 100 some deep in there. It's
yeah,
all
like
everybody
that.
from Wilder Place. That shit was crazy. They
Yeah.
having kids. They had grandkids. Seeing our friends
What's up,
out there.
man? Can I get
It
some
was lit.
classics, please?
AQ. But yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was lit. You gonna see him eventually. You gonna bump into him. He back out here.
What's up,
What's up,
Peanut?
Weezy Wee? Weezy Wee in here. I say help in your way. That's what Slicky said. And Weezy said, smile, Reese. Saying, hey, Reese. Reese, what they thinking? They thinking what she'd do with that money. She like, shit, I ain't helping nobody neither. Ain't nobody help me.
Nah, I never. My mind don't go like that. I'm just thinking of things. I'm just listening to what y'all's talking about and everything, and just thinking about the humanity. That's all.
Yeah, I just weird, man. It is
It's sad.
anything. I'm just happy niggas don't own the ocean, you know. Like it was
Man,
really people out
because
here trying to own the
we
sun and
be
the moon.
short.
Like they was patting it, like I own the sun. They like you can't do that. Nigga was
Yeah.
trying to do it. Like I'm like, imagine if nigga own the sun, we had to pay him, you know, own the
Yeah.
ocean. Like they don't make sense. Even
Don't
people in
give them no
Cali,
ideas, Molly, to try to mess nothing up so they can try to do it.
nah,
You
they already
know,
tried. They would have done it. It have been already done by now. But it is crazy. People own so much water out here. I get
Yeah.
you can buy land and you might got water on your land and you can pull it,
or
but
waterways. Who like like do they think they own the Pacific or the Atlantic Ocean? Do they think they own the Arctic Ocean? Yeah, they do because they got treaties and territory. You can't go by this territory. You can't come over here. You can't go over there. So they are dividing and splitting this globe up.
Y'all
mm-hmm.
out here turning the fuck
That's by a
up.
country. Imagine one person owned it. You know, that's what I was talking. Yeah,
Who
like
run the
we saying it's
country?
our turf, then yeah, that's cool. But one person, there be people out here owning whole islands, man. They lit. I'm like, shit, you on a whole island. You see Epstein, he could be
Yeah.
doing so many great things for that island, but what he choose to do, if
Fuck.
allegedly, you know, I
And do
don't know, but
pedo shit.
I think he's still out that motherfucker. He chilling out there right now, but that's part of the benefit of having your own island, you know.
Right.
Well, there is the island available for sale. I forgot where it was for $2 million. A little island that, and I was like, an island for two
Yeah.
million dollars for that cheap?
If it's just 2 million, the island is small as a motherfucker because a house is 1 to 2 million. The average house is nowadays is
Yeah.
1 to 2 million.
They had
If you
that,
can,
it has a little island. You gotta fly. You gotta either boat in or fly in to get on and off. There's no no bridge, no nothing. You got a little remote island. I'm like,
hey, to yourself,
that sound like a
done,
jail, a
done.
prison.
Huh.
Say it sounds prison.
But what Alcatraz like that in the middle of this little island? It was surrounded
The
by
water.
waters.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what it sounds like.
I said to put them. You gotta put
Okay,
certain.
Porsche Cayenne.
Whew.
Hey,
I
so you
might got
can't
somebody.
even own the land, but the government found a way to do so. That's the thing. Like that shit so gangster though. It's just like they really don't own nothing. But just the fact that they say they own it and we agree to it, they own it. You know, well, they got paperwork. Who created paper? That shit fake too. Like
Right.
just 'cause they wrote some paper down and say I own it, now they own it. That's why our people was laughing when they was like, the fuck, you trying to buy land? That don't make sense. It's God land. Trying to buy the
Yeah.
sky nets. Like that don't make sense. You know,
Yeah.
but they think differently. They think animal nature. You know, it's like a lion, like this my territory. Like you can't come across here, and I got this for miles on. You know, it just be weird. Bears do this too. Dogs do. That's why they piss on a lot of shit. Wolves, But it's just like we not animals. We should know how to live amongst each other. You know, like the
Yeah,
animals that all eat grass and veggies and stuff. You see how they can live amongst each other, right beside each other, drink from the same river. Oh, it's like that
yeah,
shit is crazy. But they got all that blood in us, that dead flesh. We be ready out here to live just wild as them. That's when
yeah,
nigga, I'm king of the jungle. I'm a lion. Like no, the fuck you not. You more ape. They got you thinking you're a lion, and the lion
yeah,
not
for real.
in the jungle. They don't even belong in the jungle. The tiger is. So, but they had you fooled. Weezy Wee. KJ, what up, Kenneth?
It do. Um, over the weekend, Friday, I met a new artist. Her name is Sexy Keisha.
Oh
She's a
Lord.
rapper. She's a rapper out of the way of Colorado. She's out that end, making her rounds and everything. When I get a little bit more intel, I've invited her
Ooh, that message long. Damn.
on. So when I get more intel, I talk to her. She's really chill. I mean, her story is a real good one. She's also a counselor. So, and I was like, hey, you could come on in different facets of the show. Freaky Friday, if you think you sexy enough. I said Monday Madness. I said when we talk about stuff that just we're not mad about, but it's just like take a look at that we should be observing or concerned about. I'll say that. Turn Up Tuesday, that's like where the party at. Wellness Wednesday, and she's all into mental health, and that is definitely where it starts for everything. People may not believe it or not, but if your mind not right, you not right. And then
So
the
she.
throwback
So where did
Thursday.
you meet her? A rapping counselor named Sexy Keisha.
But for Boulder, Colorado, I was introduced to her.
Yeah, I wasn't reading that whole message. Phoenix, that joint was long. Not in the sunlight.
I was introduced to her, and she was just telling me what it is she does and everything. She's gonna give me some of her music. She raps, and I think that's kind of cool. You know, it's funny because she's not 26. She's more 38 or 36. So she's in her, she's not a little younger. So
Oh, that's a big
she's a
difference.
little
So,
older.
what age range she in? Cause she older. Okay.
She's been been in the military. She has a family. So it's,
You saying she act older, but she's actually younger, is what you're saying?
nope. She's Louisa's age.
Oh, okay. You said something about 26. That's what I was
I
wondering.
said she's not 23, 26. She's not, you know, younger. She's middle. Is that middle age? Yeah, that's what they
Middle.
call middle age. I don't know what middle age, I still feel young and I'm not considered middle age. So
I refuse to go to the Safeway that way. Into the Safeway unless I absolutely have to. You need a receipt to exit. They tripping.
Yeah, that during the scan, you could self check out. Niggas be stealing. Yeah, I thought that was cool, man. I was like, hold on, man. I ain't about to pay $30 for these burgers. I looked again, said, oh, they got a little door joint. You got to scan your receipt just to get out. So
Oh
they not
nah.
lying. Hell yeah. I don't know if they know of all your items, exactly what you got in the cart, though. But
But I
what
yeah,
guess it just
Safeway
helps
is
keep up the.
this?
shit, it's almost all of them now. But on Alabama,
Oh, in DC. Okay.
Uh,
yeah. You know, from DC, you from Maryland. They both still, well, one get bags, one don't. DC be giving you bags. Maryland be giving you them paper joints. They be ripping through. Be mad as shit.
Yeah,
paper or plastic, nigga.
you could bring your own bag, like the giant bags or the other, the reusable bags. They let you bring that in.
We just said
But
40 is
Yeah, about
actually middle
40s.
age.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. About 40, 45 is about middle age,
Oh, you
50.
said not a self check. I'm talking about, yeah. Damn. So
but
even back.
but
Just
you can't leave out the store until you show a receipt. They said lock the doors. Are they doing
Lock
that?
the doors. Well, the
Lock the
security guard
doors.
used to
Close the
grab it
doors.
and or mark it, or they look at it and look in your bags. But now they trying to find a way to get the machines to do it. So some joints had the ones you gotta scan your receipt, or they
Wow.
just scan it for you. It scan
Who's
all your
that doing
shit.
that? Come here.
It's crazy. Man, this stuff getting weird, but they got self-serve stores a lot of places
What you doing?
out of town. So it just look like we starting to get
You
there as
eating
well.
something? Why you look like you was eating
We
something?
might be
Take your
next. Yeah, I'm gonna feel bad for them. Them unks, crackheads, all that, man. They running. They don't care about that. They hopping over that shit. But if they
Yeah,
find
that's
a way
what I
to
was
lock
getting
the
ready to
door,
say. Where
then they
there's a
got
will,
it.
there's a way. And if they want it bad enough, good luck with that. They just jamming everybody else up.
Mm-hmm.
Now suppose you in
Right.
there with you and your kids, and how many people do they let through the line at one time to show the receipt? You got to show the receipt for everybody. Well, I left my baby in the store. What you gonna do? What if you don't buy nothing?
And you can just leave it back
Get
out.
out there.
Probably. But you ain't leaving out with nothing in your
We
hand
need
on
all
that
y'all
card.
to give up $20 right now. Y'all can't get out the store. It's that simple. You already heard how what's the name laid it out for y'all. That's how it's gonna go. You need to spend $20 and then you can get out the store.
Was that Marvin Winans that did that? Who was that did that? The
Marvin
pastor. They told the people up front that y'all got they had to give $100 because they was up front. That's the rich section of
rich section in church.
Oh, you got to get the money. You ain't going out the door. Pay this money or you ain't going up out of space.
Lock the doors.
Man, what if they send people up there and make them pay the money in order to come down? In order for you to come down from outer space,
pay $100 million, or you're gonna die. You and your whole family.
you up there, you stuck up there. We ain't gonna let the parachutes come out until you pay them.
Yeah, nah, we ain't even put no parachute on yours because you ain't paid that little service charge.
The deposit, the $150,000 deposit.
We just take the parachutes off yours and put them on the other one.
That's so messed up. Remind me of that Doritos commercial where that man said that little boy is building a space machine and he just shaking the box and the man thought he was on a ride. I came out of them in the future.
Fool the shit out.
That's smoke and mirrors.
Still hot too.
But if they can do that, my word. Hey, I got my boy Guapo, Art by Guapo, talented young man, is coming back with his animation series called The Knox. And for those of y'all who never seen The Knox, y'all gotta go out and watch season 1 and 2. It's on YouTube. He's coming back real soon. I don't have the exact date, but I know Rodney got the exact date, the Beast, because he was showing it all over the weekend, streaming so to catch the people up on Art by Guapo. And I just love it so much that I just want to share a little a smidgen, a little tidbit of the show. I do. And because it's entertaining to me, and I love it because here's a young man doing something with his talents. I just love it. I'm just gonna let y'all look at it a minute, 60 seconds of The Knox. This is how it goes. Can y'all see it? Oh, the volume up.
What's good, fellas?
Okay, yeah.
Glad y'all can make it. Yeah, me too. I almost didn't make it. My mother made me do my homework before I left. Damn, your mother be on that ass, boy. I know, but she's not as bad as she was before. One time she wore my ass because I forgot to wear my glasses to school. Damn, yeah, your mother crazy as fuck, home. Right. Then she get to acting different when y'all around. What clear on that? He said he had something to take care of. Damn, ever since he became the gas man, he act like he don't know nobody. And I don't even be seeing him at school for real. It's been like a week, not for real. I wonder how much money he makes in a day. I don't know, nigga, ask him. But we ain't come here to talk about that. We came here to talk about how we're gonna get rack shit back. Alright, so what's the plan? Okay, so I found out where he be at. Where? Damn, nigga, can I finish? Shit. My fault, go ahead. I got a little excited. as I was saying, I found out where he be at. Damn, your mother be on that ass, boy. He said he had something.
All right. That was season 1 of the Knox, episode 2. That was just a little brief synopsis of it. Art by Guapo. I give the boy mad love. Young man, talented, doing a little animation stuff. That's what I like to see and hear about, stuff like that. And like I said, to me, this young man could be doing a lot worse things than making cartoons. He could be out in the street, gangbanging, slanging. He could have been one of them people that's walking down the street with a gun, shooting up the neighborhood and stuff, that you see on the news. But instead, he choose to use his talents for good. And everybody, Art by Guapo, take a page out of his book. It's called The Knox. The date's coming soon. I got to get back with you guys on that specific day. Rodney told us last week. Rodney did tell us, but I don't remember if it was this week or next week coming up. But Dad Mentality got the ticket. Y'all tune into that. He'll let you know. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Phil. Grand
Can you
Rising.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, what's up, family? How y'all doing?
We
What's
doing
up?
all right.
What
How
up,
you
Phil?
doing?
Doing pretty good.
I'm here, baby. I'm here, just shaking and baking, doing what I do.
I know that's right. So, how was your weekend? I asked everybody that.
Oh, it was all good, baby. It was all good, man. Just trying to keep busy.
Any exciting news? It's the
This was kind of a quiet weekend. I got kind of a busy week coming up, so this was kind of a quiet weekend. I got a couple shows this week. So, but other than that, I wasn't up to nothing. I did rehearsing for the play, so that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
The first week in May. So yeah. So we trying to get a lot of rehearsal time, yeah.
Okay, Bubba, do your thing. I can't wait to see. I gotta call me some tickets. We got to go down there and see this and support. So I love plays. Oh, and thank you, LA Josh Preston. I see it says it's the 22nd. And I did see that. So thank you for that. Look, and I don't get my shots in my eyes till Friday. And I saw that. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you,
everybody
Josh.
gonna ask you why you didn't see they comment. See,
Yep, shouldn't even say
there you
that.
go.
Look,
You
well,
know,
I
Open
can
up
take
the
my
door now,
phone
you
and
see
turn
it.
it around because Josh, and so everybody can see what I'm looking at, and it's nothing else there but Josh's comment. So, and if they want me to do that, show that, I definitely can. There ain't nothing but Josh. He's the only one up. He's in dark black letters, and it's his face in his picture. It's just Josh. So it ain't no before and after. It's just him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, whether they
Whatever.
believe me or not, life, that's neither here nor there. Shit, whether people believe they're going into outer space or not, that's here nor there. But I can show y'all.
Show us how they going in space.
No, the proof is in the pudding. Show you what my screen look like, so you can see.
No, I believe your screen look like that, but it just sucks.
I already know what the screen look like.
Keep
Oh,
picking out
And
when
just
you're
weird
gonna
how-
read a comment. Don't read any if you ain't gonna read
Right.
all. Because then
I
the audience, they
can't
gonna
read
think
them all.
Because they make it look like you just pick and choose.
yeah. That's all I was saying.
So don't read nothing.
Don't think she can see any of y'all comments because she just lucked up with one. You
With
know,
one.
that's
One out of
somebody.
50,
You ever see a
75
kid
and 100.
that say, "Watch me do this backflip"? My nephew used to do that. I see him do a backflip, and then when my sister come in there, he say, "Hey, watch me do this backflip." He show her too, and then show the next person. But with you the kid that let me see, and you show me. Then when Phil come, you can't do it no more. It's like the fight. You do the same shit you just. So
Do
it's
the
like
same
I
shit you
can
did
see.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I can see. And then when somebody else look, you can't see mine though. It's like That's why I want to confuse the people. Don't have them. They might think that. That's all. I know you can't see, but to them, they might think that. I don't want them to think that. Like, oh, she pick and choose what comments she want to read. Cause Slicky over this motherfucker comment too. He said, "Did y'all see a roller coaster jump off the track?" I
He
ain't even
probably
see
talking
that.
about the joint where the lady fell. The video that I think Reese showed before when the lady fell. In the video, it showed the roller coaster flying off the track digitally, but it didn't actually happen in the.
Yeah, 'cause I looked it up, Slicky. I don't see it.
Oh, okay.
Slicky,
He
no.
might be talking about that because she mentioned the lady falling off the roller coaster maybe a week or two ago, no more than 2 weeks. But in the
Oh
video,
my
it showed
God.
the roller coaster flying off the track, but it didn't actually fly off the track. And I don't know
They
if that's what he's talking
should. So you saying they was safe for getting on the rocket?
But then there was one where the lady fell off herself. There was another one
Wow.
where the lady she wasn't she fell off when the roller coaster went. The girl started screaming, "My mother!"
What?
Yep, and she fell. Then that's terrible.
What
So they
places
thought
did
that
that?
it was
Six
her feet
Flags
was
or
lost.
Disney World? What was it at? We need to
It
put
was
these
in
people on
Texas, somewhere in
blast.
Texas.
It's probably one of them damn carnival roller coasters.
Yeah, I don't go with them,
Them
but they
put
put
together
them up
joints.
in 30 minutes. Ain't no way
Yeah,
that
one of them Jones that just they unfold that shit like an accordion and shit. They roll it out. Man,
Yeah.
And
fuck
sit that
that.
bitch in the field and be like, all right,
Man,
$15.
that shit don't fit the weight capacity. I ain't fucking with y'all.
So
Damn.
that
Oh, they all right, man.
so that's scary.
That's
But
a
the weight
loss.
capacity, she fit the weight capacity. They didn't have her locked in. Y'all remember, like at Kings Dominion, they used to like the Rebel Yell. They will always make sure the rail would come down and make sure everybody's bar was secure. But somehow they didn't make sure this lady bar or her seatbelt was secure, and it opened up. And that is, man, that's why I don't do roller coasters. That's why I don't do roller coasters, because it does feel like that sometimes if you put on that bar. And I remember I used to think, what if this shit's open up? Because you know how when you're doing this and they go to the bar, go troop, and they come back down, it's scary.
Well, people be pushing it to their limit too. That's what everybody was saying in the comments of the video that you was talking about. That the lady was probably pushed in there to her limit. Because I know the people at Six Flags, they will let that last 1 or 2 clicks possible to keep you in there to go ahead and pass you through, so the ride can go ahead and keep moving.
If anything is tight on my stomach, I'll be like, I'm getting off of this.
Yeah,
I'm
people
getting off
will
of
suck it in just to get them little 2 clicks in, and then get on, to ride the ride. So I believe should be pushed to the limit.
That lady shouldn't have put, and she was an older lady, and the girl was like, "Mama."
Okay, Georgia.
It was her husband and the lady, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my mind would, I still be in a loony bin somewhere if my loved one flew off the ride and that I'm riding on. That poor family, and
And they say, sorry, he haven't been talking. He getting ready to go to GA. You got shut down there? He said he listening to rocket launcher. Interesting. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. You're not going to change anybody's mind. If they already programmed you, right? That's like a kid,
right,
like
bro.
standing out real. If he decided for the rest of his life he gonna believe that shit, or eventually I would change his mind. Eventually the evidence would show that saying ain't real, but it depends on the person, I believe. Everybody mind get changed. I think we change our mind more than anybody on the goddamn earth, especially black people. One minute we want to do this, next minute we gonna do that. But it's each his own. I think it's gonna change a lot of people's minds once they see these rocket launches and they start really doing the evidence on it. But if you just see it and speak on it, then nah. But it would open people's eyes to go start looking into these things. Like, why would they send people that's actors and TV hosts up to space in a rocket? Like, how did that make sense?
Well, what was the mission? Was it just for a ride? Was it just for fun? Was that the mission? But I don't know why they say a scientist, a reporter, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend was a fashion designer.
Because the television company paid $2 million a person for the trip.
And I can't even call it a trip. I have to call it again an amusement ride because it's
For $2
11.
million, I'll take an amusement ride.
At $2 million, I
But
might
I ain't gonna pay no $2 million for 11
Five.
minutes to go up
Four.
and then come back down. I'm not that interested in seeing what's up past the clouds. I really.
But when this is coming from people that can never afford to go like that anyway, then
But don't never
What?
say never. I just don't got the bag today. Never say never, honey. They may
I'm
give
talking
it
about
a
right
lot
now.
of
I don't care about the future. That's possible. That sounds great. But right now, no, you don't have it, so you can't go. So
So
it just like
shit.
eliminates more of the conversation. When
But
you
I
know you
wouldn't want to
can't afford
go.
to go
But
nowhere.
what I'm saying, even
They
if I
getting
had,
paid to go.
I
They
wouldn't want it.
getting paid to go. You want to take $2 million, Reese, to go?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
It's only 11-minute trip. 11 minutes, a quick $2 million for 11 minutes.
No, that's
Fuck, if I
okay.
Close
wouldn't
your
go.
eyes. The whole trip, just close your
Hell,
eyes.
if I wouldn't go.
That's okay.
You can't
'cause
see
made,
shit anyway,
that's an
Reese.
experiment, and I'm not. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's just me. That's my choice.
I
No,
be
thank you.
going down that mother because I don't believe we going up there anyway. I'm gonna be like, what's going on? Oh, we really going up? What's going on? You know,
Just like I ain't getting on no
But let me
rides
take my
no more.
camera. Let me film the whole thing. Like I should. All right, we should be able to have footage of like as paying all that money. I should have full video footage, just like NASA would, of the cameras outside the rocket
you have a
capturing
daddy
me,
cam.
all that shit.
No.
Daddy
What you
cam.
said
All that
right
shit.
there, Trey, is interesting because they let them take a little bag. They was taking like furry animals, bunny. Nobody thought to take a camera to film it. Nobody thought. None of them like that. They was taking a chain. What they say? Gail took a stuffed animal. Her niece or nephew, somebody's favorite stuffed animal, and a chain, and somebody
They
else.
were taking that shit for security's sake in case that motherfucker blew up. They were motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers
No
want
cell
something.
phones. You couldn't take no
It's
cell
like
phones.
they took shit like comfort food.
No, they didn't even take comfort food. They couldn't eat. You know,
Well, it
it's
wasn't
like,
comfort
it's
food.
like
It was
stuff.
comfort items.
It's items. Yeah, it was items. They took stuff that you would put like in a time capsule.
That
But
chick
you
was
put
holding
no
on to
cell
that little
phone.
bed and shit. Get that motherfucker landed.
So you saw it too, Phil. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I saw
New
it.
Horizons. And I'm like, what was the purpose of that?
Ouija said even if they pay to
Experience.
go into space, they're supposed to go through training in order to do that. The same way they train the
Thank
astronauts.
you.
That's
Those
what Trey
actors,
was saying and about
those actors
G-Force.
were supposed
That's what
to
Trey
be
mentioned
trained.
earlier.
Yeah. I mean, people that are past that, you ain't gonna change people's mind. No matter what you think, Louisa. We gonna believe that. It's like, nah.
Now, was
Hey,
Gail
it's
and them
crazy.
in training? Did
Yeah,
they do
they've
it
been training the
about
last
this? Or
10
how did they
years.
pick the
They
six?
were training for a week.
A week? Did you say a week?
It was a week because all they did was got on the motherfucking sat down and strapped in. They didn't have to touch a button or nothing.
Yeah.
They just had to sit their old ass in there and strap down. They ain't have to
Told you it
touch a
was
button or nothing. They walked in, sat their ass down,
and the amusement ride. Then they took off.
and took off.
What?
They
And
ain't
then
have to
what did
touch a
they
button. They ain't have
experience?
to look at a gauge. They ain't have to move a dial or nothing. So nah, it's not the same training as an astronaut. No.
Nah, even when you bungee jump, we had to go through classes to bungee jump, and it depends on how you doing it. We did it off a cliff. Then when you
Yeah.
skydive, you got to take a skydiving class.
So they were
Can't
taking
just
that
say,
shit for a week.
I'm a
They
skydive.
did
You
it for a
gotta
week.
actually take it, you know. So it is. Josh said same reason you go to Disneyland and ride roller coasters. People don't understand why you want to go on the ride that make you scream and throw up. If you can afford it, your ass will be on that rocket too. You ain't paying to get on the rocket. They paying you to get on the rocket. So it's even better, you know. So I don't think Gail and them would pay to get on the rocket and fly to space. But you
Well,
willing to
to
give them $2
reserve
million.
your seat. I remember I told you got to put a $1,500 $150,000
Reason.
deposit.
And then I tell you how much it costs to launch a rocket. Look it up, y'all. Google how much it costs to launch a
That
rocket.
shit is
If
expensive
it
as
costs
shit.
$100 billion, $100 billion to launch a rocket, what the fuck 100,000 doing? That's just game, man. That's game. 100,000. I think you
But
paid
these
100
people are
million
not
for your
going
seat.
into outer space. Ain't no way. They just going
I'm
up
saying
and
a rocket launcher. It don't matter. It don't matter where you going. They never going out of space in my eyes. So I'm saying to launch a rocket, it costs $100 billion. So 100,000 is not enough to get on this ride. Not for only 6 of y'all neither. That's 600,000. Who gonna make up for the rest of this money? And now you have people that sponsor them or maybe gave them money to go on there. That's why it makes sense. They got paid to go on there, but they ain't paid. They can't
They
afford
ain't
to
paid.
pay to
No, they
get
get
on that motherfucker. It don't make sense.
because
Dude,
all them people had all those folks that went on there had backers.
yeah, they said we just said they didn't train because the news and all the gossip and them would have had pictures and videos of it.
Yeah, Gail King. They said Oprah was rooting. Why did Oprah go? Oprah's like, hell no, I ain't get on that ride. I'd be rooting for them too. Go ahead, Molly. Go, Molly. Molly and Trey, y'all
Oprah's
go be
insurance
right.
company wouldn't let her get on that
Hell
motherfucker.
yeah, like 2 million. Man,
Oprah's insurance company wouldn't cover it.
they couldn't even get a basketball team. You talking about like they can't afford a bat? They can't afford to do these things, man. It's weird. They use our money though. That's all that money we be taxing people's money. But at least blowing up $100 billion, I just like why? Like we could have did a lot with that money. Y'all just make this big toy, hop in it, fly up, and come right back down. That's $100 billion. Let's do it again.
Right.
Like what the hell is wrong with us, man? We can invest that money in so much more and do so many other things, but
right,
money is fake. It's fake. They know
that's
it's
what that was my whole
more.
That was my whole premises of even mentioning it this morning. That exactly what you just said, Molly. That's what I was. That's where I'm at. So I'm just like, wow. And if they saying that, oh, America is so bad, this is a state of emergency, and we're doing this and doing that, but you still have time for the bullshit. Hey, let's go up.
See, I look at that shit a little bit differently because, to be honest, them motherfuckers are test dummies. They testing those rockets out, okay, to go, for different space trips and shit they want to do. They testing the rockets. So you just happen to be on it. You a test case.
They tested the ride. Well, that's a ride I don't want to take. Like several rides I don't want to take. I don't want to take the ride in the back of a police car or a paddy wagon. I don't want to take the ride in the rockets. There's certain rides that I'm just not interested in taking.
Saying certain ride, we too more advanced. Like we ain't gotta send a human out there. We just want to test a rocket. We throw an animal in there real quick. You see how quick we test on monkeys and all types of shit.
A monkey ain't gonna pay for a test ride.
Oh hell nah, not no test ride. There ain't nobody paying for a test ride. That's the thing.
They just did pay for a test ride.
If I make a new car and I say I need to test it and see how it damaged against crashes against a wall, hey Phil, give me 100,000, hop in my new car, and I'm gonna ride your ass 100 miles straight to the wall and see if you survive. Like fuck no. If anything, dummies get paid. We gonna pay these dummies to get in this car. They're not gonna put a real baddie in there. They're gonna put dummies in there and they crash into something and see, okay, this what happens. It's just like
are we paying to get into them cars that don't have drivers? What's stopping them cars from crashing into a wall? They don't have drivers. Those cars that got automated drivers. And people paying to get in those.
They had some joints crash into people's houses, and Tesla would come pick them motherfuckers up before even think. And then people that recorded, they even went missing, or their phone somehow got confiscated. It's a lot of things like them.
A test dummy is not gonna come down and go on national TV and say this shit was the best shit ever.
Yeah.
So these motherfuckers. That's like free publicity for them. Them motherfuckers gonna come back and say, "Man, this shit was amazing."
Now, Katy Perry did it. You know who's gonna do it next? Taylor Swift gonna do it next. Then next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, that person did it. I'm gonna do it. That person did it. I'm gonna do it." So you're right. This could be all part of advertisement.
It's advertising.
Yeah.
For the ride, the new Kings Dominion ride. Blue Horizon,
Mystic Eye Care Conference in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh goodness!
Talked about her herbalist scheduled to come in convention center on Wednesday.
That is.
Nah, I never heard it. Like,
nah.
and the scientists, and they had a scientist go up in there. And she ain't doing nothing. What was the scientist? She wasn't. She just was sitting there looking.
They straight up killing anybody who's on a high level like that.
No,
Talking about them.
the scientist chick, she was one of the ones that was developing the rocket. She said she's been developing this rocket for years, and she never thought she'd have a chance to ride on it, though. That's why she went.
Okay.
Yeah, she like, I've been working on this shit for years, but I never thought they would give me a chance to actually ride on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why she went.
He probably said, "Who my team?" They got the name in them. She was like, "What?"
Yeah, and then Jeff Bezos' girlfriend is a fashion designer. I didn't know she was a fashion designer, and she designed the new outfits. So I wondered, did they have to have astronaut outfits like the astronaut with the helmet and stuff? And
No, because they're not going outside of the rocket. Them motherfuckers in a bubble.
That's what I thought, but then I'm
they're
like,
not going outside, and that shit is pressurized.
You
gotta look into it because they whole camp is what she arguing about, so it won't make sense to me. That's why he hired our boy RFK in there to do those things. So I don't know. I don't know why was she arguing against something that they was against already.
Yeah.
And why would they hurt her for that if that's what they supposed to been pushing anyway? Better health, better food suggestions and stuff out here. They've been going at the USDA. They've been going at everybody. Food. I don't know. I need to look into that though. A lot of people ended up missing in that politician world or talking out against politicians. But normally they allow you to talk against Trump. So I don't know.
They allow you to talk against anybody.
Nah. You talk too bad about Hillary, but Hillary get you plucked. Hillary a gangster. She don't play with Hillary. Some of these white goons out here, they the real gangsters.
Wow. Oh,
I don't know though. I gotta look into that one first. She said something like that. She was speaking on some things about the Department of Education, which unless she wanted things to stay the same, she could have been arguing about that for them trying to change things. Yeah, if they trying to change things, she want things to stay as is, or she's saying the change that they bringing ain't what they saying is going to be. Yeah. That could have been something too. So I'm gonna look into that.
Well, drop some of them links to me in my inbox, AQ, so I can read about it. Because I don't know nothing, about that.
What you know about
Phil, what we got coming up? You got any upcoming rallies, support rallies for Street Line and the other rallies?
Oh yeah, Friday at the on 12th and Oglethorpe at the new community center, they're having a block party.
Okay.
So come on, it's to support the new community center. Come on out, get your eat on. Listen to some music. They're gonna have DJs out there. It's just gonna be a fun day.
Okay, and that's in Northwest 12th and O?
Yeah, I'll see y'all the flyer later on. I don't have the flyer on me right now.
So it's a free block party. All blocks are welcome, no matter.
Yeah, everybody welcome.
Well, okay, that's the beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So hopefully the families and stuff, and y'all.
Yeah, families come out, bring your families. They're gonna have line dancing, dancing. I mean, it's just gonna be just a fun day. Free food.
Oh, they're gonna boots on the ground. Where them fans at?
I don't know about boots on the ground. I'm tired of that
shit. You sound like Trey. Trey, you tired of Trey? I'm tired of hearing about boots on the ground. Where them fans at?
I am.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Chicks in them blue cowboy hats and blue cowboy boots. Ain't that a bit?
They said, where them fans at? Let me hear you say, where them fans? But they're going to have that because that's everybody.
They're going to have it because that's the way they rolling right now.
Everybody love that.
It's a next item and shit.
Yeah, for real.
Hey,
Oh,
Maurice, I was talking to Pastor Clark today, and he's supposed to be coming on here. I don't know if he's gonna make it today, but he want to talk about putting on a show for the men's shelter. So he wanted to reach out to me and you. He wanted to come on here and talk about it today. So I don't know where he at.
Mm.
putting on the show for the men's shelter in Prince George's County.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mm.
All right.
I put on.
For my city.
Put on for
I
my
put
city.
on for
Put
my
on.
city.
That'd be a great thing.
Yeah, he somewhere. He said he hanging out with Boubacar today doing something.
See what Boubacar? What Boubacar Al Jenkins doing? Hey, Booba.
He said
Shit.
they doing something for mental health today.
Okay. Okay. Oh, where you at, Kenny? If you doing stuff for one people, shout it out.
Okay.
You gotta shout it out. Okay. Thank you for coming on, letting us know, Phil, that about especially about the block party. Is it the block party?
As soon as I get, I'll pop back on maybe tomorrow and throw the flyer out here.
Okay, okay. And when your next show? What you got going on?
Oh, I got a show in Woodbridge at the VFW in Woodbridge on Friday.
You got the block party and the show on Friday?
The block party is from 11 to 4, 11 to 4, and my show is at 8:30 on Friday.
Okay.
And then I'm at Dave and Buster's for 2 shows on Saturday in Arundel Mills.
They got Dave and Buster's got a stage.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So I'm up there with Paris. So,
Paris Sachet.
yeah. So we up there for 2 shows.
Okay, at Arundel Mills.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I know the casino had.
Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all. I can see y'all that flyer now.
I knew the casino had a stage to do comedy shows.
It really is, Dom.
But Dave and Buster's, that's interesting. Dave and Buster's in Arundel Mills used to be this club called Jillian's a long time ago. It used to be a Jillian's, and they had a bowling alley in there, and it was like for adults. It was like an adult Chuck E. Cheese, so to speak, when it was called Jillian's, and they had Club Z. That's what it used to be a long time ago. Jeez, oops, along in Jillian's before they turned it into a Dave and Buster's. I remember Jillian's going up there at night in the club. That was fun. Like I said, it was an adult Chuck E. Cheese. You had bowling alleys in there. You had video games, arcades in there. And then you had the club on one side where you go dance and get your drink on, a freak on, and all of that. That was a huge. It was huge. That was before the movie theaters came out there, I think. When it was Jillian's. Arundel Mills. That's near Jessup, Maryland. I don't know what part of Maryland they call that, but it's a nice little ride.
That's Arundel Mills. And Arundel County.
In Arundel County, okay. So if you're coming from DC or Prince George's or Montgomery, maybe it's a 45-minute ride. I'm not sure about that long. Arundel Mills.
Yeah. Hey, and also I got a show in the Massanutten next weekend. It's a clean comedy. I've been doing a lot more clean comedy. But I want to turn y'all on to, if y'all interested in doing some clean comedy.
Yeah, I'm
gonna turn y'all on to a radio station that's doing clean comedy. Let me get the information, and I'm gonna put it out there for you guys. So y'all guys can jump on that.
The Grand Magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did his show.
Okay.
I did his show. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
Right.
Knocked it out the park.
Mm-hmm.
We did that. It was 93.7. And
right.
It's Reno,
Nevada. Yeah.
You don't remember? Shoot,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the fans at? Yep, David Green at hooked me up with him.
Yeah.
It was an awesome show. Now we need to do some clean comedy and support, get it going. So hopefully, whatever this thing Kenny was talking about, it'll be we could actually do it. I don't know. So come through and let's see what we could do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But on the not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday on the 23rd, I'm wrapping it up because I got the show. If they would say, well, was she wrapping the show up early? It's only an hour and a half because I got an appointment I got to be at. So yeah, I can't do a 3-hour show, not today. But we'll turn it up tomorrow. Turn up Tuesday tomorrow. Monday
Okay.
Madness is kind of, wiki-wacky. And I didn't know about what I had to do until the weekend. So,
Right.
you got to stand on business, got to handle the business, y'all. But
AQ said out there, do you remember Frugal Fannies next to DV Discovery Zone? It was Rivertown, Oxon Hill, Maryland. It's called Frugal Fannies is what it's called, next to DV Discovery Zone in Oxon Hill.
Was it a clothes store?
Shit, I don't remember.
No, is it like? Because I think it was a close to something like Filene's Basement. Was it a Frugal Fannies? That name sounds familiar, but
He said Jillian just brought back memories. Jillian's just brought back memories. My cousin Anna.
She remember Jillian's. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Marley, I just sent you the flyer, so if you want to pop them up to, well, there you go. That's Friday.
That's Friday.
Yeah.
And don't forget on the 23rd, y'all come out Oakey Street, Northeast Oakey Street, Louisa and Red Network is.
The morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Started right, let your energy flow.
And that's Saturday night.
And this is Phil's.
Yeah.
Phil, which show is this, Phil?
This is Friday. This is Saturday at Arundel Mill.
Sunday. Okay, this is the Arundel
David
Mill.
Buster's.
Okay. You and Paris Sachet. Who else is gonna be with y'all?
Lakeith is gonna be the host. I don't know the other dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right now. Featuring our very own Phil Page and Arundel Mill. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Go on out there and enjoy the show. Is that Arundel Mill show? Is that a clean comedy show too?
Nah.
Okay.
Nope.
Arundel
It's live
Mill,
and in living color. 2 shows. It's a 6:30 and an 8:30 show.
And for all of those comedians that's trying to stop cussing, so y'all can get some clean comedy, just replace the cuss words with other choices.
If you can get some clean comedy, this ain't it.
You said that ain't it.
That ain't it. I'm just letting you know.
But the
that
clean
ain't
comedy
it.
show is when, because we do want the clean comedy.
I'll send the fly tomorrow.
Okay, so it is a clean comedy show coming up.
Yeah,
okay.
That's up in Massanutten, Virginia.
Massanutten.
Yeah.
Where did you get that name from? I wonder what do it mean. Wait a minute, it sounds like Massanutten.
It sounds like Massanutten.
That's what it sounds like. What Massa doing? Massanutten. We doing it again. And then Hazel, they Massanutten. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Y'all in violation of the clean comedy show.
Nobody said no cuss word. Nobody said no cuss. We just said the word, and y'all,
already violating. Already off the roster.
Yeah. Violating the clean comedy here.
Just wanted to where that name came from. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Don't want no trouble.
They say don't want none, it won't be none.
See y'all tomorrow on Turn Up Tuesday. I know people gonna be checking in late. I'm sorry, David. I gotta go.
Yeah, he gonna be like, what happened? Can I get the link?
Can you get the link? Can you get the link?